kutoka kwa mtumba naweza shukuru, at least nimeweza kujijenga.
Watoto kwenda shule, mimi hupata pesa kutoka kwa hii industry.
I believe if today the government decides to soften or to lower the prices of jute, of course the importers will also lower the prices.
Benefit sana. Jumali naishi, school fees nalipa, watu wangu kitu wanakula, I think kila kitu. Nilikuwa naishi rented house, hizi naishi kwangu. So ni mtumba.
The benefit is enormous. There's value added by sorting. So you become part of the supply chain. For example, clothes that are coming into this country today, into Kenya today, are being sorted in Europe, right? So a container of $10,000 from Britain going into Romania comes out of Romania actually valued at $15,000, right? So that's just an example. And that is just because it's been sorted in a certain way. However, we could actually have a sorting center here locally, shorten the supply chain and take the benefit, the economic benefit of a sorting center. Sorting centers are also labor intensive, so it would create huge employment opportunities. And in Kenya, we need that. The whole of Africa actually, but Kenya has a very large young population that is unemployed. And so we need to counter that. So sorting centers benefit in that way. They also will have an enormous environmental impact globally.
Yes, yes. I believe if today the government decides to soften or to lower the prices of jute, of course the importers will also lower the prices. And this will also affect the end person who is using the mitumba. So it will all be beneficial to the Kenyan people, to the people who are down there. Number one, let me tell you, mitumba has benefited mostly the housewives, people who have no education. They are able to raise their lives or their standard. Mitumba trade has also benefited university graduates, students who are now upcoming before they get their dream job. This is where they start. This is where they begin. Some of them have not even pursued whatever they were pursuing. They got into the trade, it was successful, they are doing it comfortably. So it is a business that the government should put their eyes on. It is one of the business that is bridging the gap. The government is always talking about creating employment. Mitumba trade is creating employment. Look at today's statistics. We are over 2 million. 2 million people. Half of those people are not educated. They are not people with technical courses. They are just people who knew the principle of buy and sell. So this is a trade that should be respected worldwide. It is bridging the gap. It is giving people hope. Even those who are down there, who everybody thinks they can become nobody. We have testimonies of people they don't have school education, but today they are millionaires. They are employers. They are doing so well. Thank you.
Kitu cha kwanza ni kanjo huwa wanasumbua. Hiyo ni policy ya kwanza. Maybe wanaweza organize na kanjo wawe tu wanakata either license ama wafanye vile hawatakuwa wanatulipisha on a daily basis. Cha pili ni kuleta mali. Kumekuwa na ukosefu wa mali kama vile nimesema. Wanaweza fanya bidii tukapata mali, itaweza kubenefit watu wengi na vijana wengi na pia watu wengi wanaofanya mtumba.
I think one of the things we have been fighting for and we are looking for and we are putting these suggestions to the government is that they should reduce the cost of jute. The cost of jute is costing us about $14,000. That money is going direct to the government. Jute, tax and VAT, about $14,000 going direct to the government. The mitumba traders are generating an a revenue of 1 billion Kenya shillings per month. Mitumba traders, they are generating a revenue for the government, an amount of 1 billion per month. That makes it 12 billion per year. That is the revenue that is generated by the Mitumba traders.
One of the things that Kenya specifically could do is to create a sorting centre and have the right policies in place, because there is a danger with sorting centres that it could become a dumping ground.
Main challenge in Mitumba industry are the high taxes. If the government can reduce the taxes, Mitumba industry can be a bit better.
Currently, we are facing a big problem because of the pandemic. The effects of the pandemic, we are not able to get good supply like before. We are encountering problems with the shipping. For example, some shipping lines have hiked their prices to very, very big margin. It's becoming very difficult, but we are also in communication with the government. We are requesting our government to soften or to ease the burden of duty with the Mitumba traders. One of our biggest challenges is the duty. 40-foot container is costing us a whopping $18,000 just to have one container enter Kenya. So the burden is also transferred to the small-scale trader and even to the last person. So those are the few challenges that we are facing after the ban was lifted.
This trade is being negated because of cheap labor. So for example, you're paying very cheap labor in Bangladesh and in China to manufacture certain goods that are being sold in the global north. Now, for manufacturers to compete, they actually have to pay those kind of wages. The only way manufacturing can increase in Africa is by subsidies. The government has to subsidize manufacturing in Africa. Otherwise, it's not going to take off. We're not competing directly with Mitumba. It's a misunderstanding of the situation.